Before Marvel's Sabretooth was a villain, he was this. What if I told you Sabretooth's journey started in a chilling mental asylum and ended as a feared gangster in New York City? Sabretooth may be gone, but the mysteries of his past and their potential impact on Wolverine's present remain very much alive in this captivating miniseries. To address the pesky detail of Sabretooth being dead, The Dead Don't Talk transports readers to 1909, a time when Sabretooth worked under Mr. Sinister at the Ravencroft Mental Institution. Here's a quick rundown of Ravencroft. It's an institution for the criminally insane, a sprawling sanatorium located in Westchester County, New York. Over time, Ravencroft evolved into one of the nation's top maximum security facilities, specializing in treating superhuman criminals. The story kicks off in modern-day New York City at one of its oldest bars, Satan's Circus, where a streamer tries to stir up excitement by causing chaos in the venue. That's when Wolverine steps in, unimpressed, and promptly smashes the streamer's phone to shut down the antics. Afterward, a bar regular strikes up a conversation with a grumpy Wolverine about the history of the tavern they're in. During their chat, they take notice of a series of historic photos displayed behind the counter. One particular image grabs Wolverine's attention. It seems to show Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, mingling with a New York gang from the early 1900s. The regular he's chatting with identifies the man in the photo as someone called Mad Dog Murphy and starts recounting his story. The tale begins with Mad Dog's stint at Ravencroft, where he worked in what appears to be a role as either a scrub assistant or a patient monitor. On this particular day, Victor finds himself face to face with someone he knows all too well, someone he blames for harming his family, Logan. Spotting a chance for revenge, Victor wastes no time and launches a ferocious attack, slashing at Logan with all his fury. What Victor doesn't anticipate, however, is Logan's resilience. Logan counters with his claws, driving them straight through Victor's neck, a wound Victor would carry with him, both physically and mentally, for the rest of his life. This brutal encounter ripples outward, affecting not just Victor, but also his employer, Mr. Sinister, who bluntly tells Victor to stop dwelling on his loss to Wolverine and refocus on his work. Sinister makes it clear he has no sympathy for Victor's emotional turmoil, warning him that continued underperformance will not be tolerated. In an effort to get Victor back on track, Sinister reluctantly brings in some assistance, a creepy man by the name of Mr. Fritz. After assigning Victor another seemingly insignificant task, Victor crosses paths with an inmate named Fisk, who strikes up a conversation about their shared frustrations. Fisk reveals he once ran a gang in 5 Points, but lost control when he was imprisoned, allowing a man named Brick Barton to take over. Recognizing Creed's potential, Fisk praises his ferocity, calling him a true mad dog, and proposes an alliance. Creed would become Fisk's right-hand man as they fight to reclaim New York's underground. Meanwhile, the story shifts back to Sinister, who is seen conducting an autopsy and summoning Fritz for assistance, only to find him missing. In his search, he comes across an utterly horrific scene. Sinister discovers Fritz's lifeless body, gutted and discarded, in a back room with the words, "I quit," written in blood on the wall. Sinister, convinced that Creed is behind the carnage, searches desperately for him, only to uncover more of his employees brutally slain and mutilated. The story shifts to a brawl at Satan's Circus, where a grizzly bear faces off against Brick Barton, with the bear initially gaining the upper hand. In an unexpected twist, Brick turns the tide and manages to knock the grizzly out cold. Fisk arrives with Creed by his side, mockingly thanking Brick for keeping his gang warm during Fisk's time behind bars. Brick fires back, threatening Fisk to leave and warning that he'll put him and his new pet, Mad Dog Murphy, in a coffin if they stay. Creed, unimpressed by Brick's words, decides to show exactly how little he appreciates the insult. The issue closes with Sabretooth holding Brick's severed head high for all to see, sending a clear message. From now on, Mad Dog Murphy is a name to fear in New York's gang underworld. My thoughts on this issue? The potential is massive, as it channels the gritty energy of gangs of New York, even if the timelines don't perfectly align. Sabretooth may look like an ordinary early 1900s New York gangster, but he's a force of nature capable of decapitating someone with a single swipe of his claws. This installment offers a compelling blend of historical fiction and classic comic storytelling, reimagining Sabretooth's tenure at Ravencroft under Mr. Sinister, with vivid world-building and grimy, evocative art that brings the period to life. What are your thoughts on this issue? Share your comments below.